my whole drumming career started in church. And when I got interested in the drums, I was always fixated on the drummer at our church. And I thought, well, I listen to rock and all this kind of stuff. And I was like, well, I want to find out, what he listens to and kind of how he got started. So they let me go up and sit behind him for a few Sundays and kind of watch what was going on. And that's when it really took off. It's like, I want to do this. I want to be sitting in that guy's chair. So a couple of years later, that's what ended up happening. That was my first kind of introduction into playing in a band, was sitting in one Sunday a month at church. And then after that was like, well, who can I get can I get guys together to start a band? I want to start a rock band. So that happened pretty soon after that. Guys in the church get together, start a rock band, and then it just kind of like snowballed after that. So the next step, I think we left that church and moved to a bigger church in town. My family did. And immediately they were looking for players for their contemporary service. And so I kind of positioned myself to kind of get in with that group of people. And it was a step up. It was more complicated music and more modern music. And at the same time was playing in a rock band. So it was my first introduction to playing in the club scene around Houston, Texas. And so it was like two things happening at the same time. It was like learning to play in church and what worship music is, and also learning to play rock in like a club setting.
I will feast at the table of the Lord. I will feast at the table of the Lord. And I won't hunger anymore at his table. You try. I will feast at the table of the Lord.
So kind of how the progression of working with like a church and then bands and then getting to where Chris is now, it's kind of crazy how that happened. I was living in Houston and trying to figure out how to support myself just playing music, so I didn't go to college for a year. I was playing in this big group of musicians in churches. Make up different bands all throughout the week for different services and different events and things like that. Taught drum lessons and then played in my rock band that played like the club thing. And this guy I randomly met, he came in with a friend of mine from Nashville one night, and I was like, hey, y'all should come see my band's show at this club. It was after we played at this Bible study. So they came to the show and met him, and he just happened to be a guitar player who played with a lot of CCM artists. And about a week later, I got a call saying, hey, do you mind if I pass your number along to this guy? I can't tell you anything yet, but do you mind? I was like, yeah, sure. About a week later from that, I got a call from Chris, just out of the blue. Funny enough, I'm in the van with my band, driving to Oklahoma City to play a show from Texas, just the three of us. I'm sitting in the front seat and Chris calls me in the van with the guys. And so my face is pressed up against the glass and I'm like, yeah, hey man, good to talk to you, I heard you might be calling me. It's awesome. He's like, hey, we're playing a show in Houston. Can you come out? I'd like to meet you. So I very secretly am telling him, absolutely, I'll be out there to meet you, such and such date. And I didn't tell my band about it, because at this point, what we're wanting is to make this band our thing. This rock band, we really want to do it, as a rock band. So I go in and meet him, totally secret from my band, and on the spot he's like, hey, good to meet you. Talk to the bass player. We want to see if you can come out for 30 days starting in 2 weeks. We've got a month worth of dates. We just lost our other drummer. Can you do it? It's like, okay, great. Sounds amazing. So the next day, the bass player calls me. He's like, day after tomorrow, can you drive down to Austin, rehearse with us? We're gonna fly out and play a festival in Louisville, Kentucky. This is all happening like super fast. So at this point I tell my band, hey, I got hired to play with Chris, who they knew who he was. Just gonna let you know I'm gonna be out of town for like the weekend. Nothing's gonna happen, you know. He's not offering me a job, it's just gonna go play a festival. So drive to Austin, meet the guys, rehearse. We fly to play this festival in Louisville and immediately walk on stage like the 2 p.m. slot, and it's the largest crowd I've ever played music in front of my whole life. There's 20 some odd thousand people there. And so it was just a huge shock, but also realizing, oh man, this is really what I want to do. This is really where I feel like I'm being called to be a part of, and those doors are opening up. So we play the festival, come off stage, and I go back home, and then I have to tell the band guys, he's hired me for a month, so I'm gonna do this, but there's no guarantees. So I put everything on hold, and then I go out on the road with him for a month. Right at the last, almost the breaking point of a month worth of touring with Chris, people are calling me going, hey, we gotta know if we need a replacement, you know? We gotta get somebody in these spots. Chris hired me at the last minute, and that was it.
And I'm invited to the table of the Lord. You ready? Come on! Oh yeah! Come on, let's celebrate! I'm coming back to the start.
So I love Vic Firth because they make the best drumsticks that I've ever played. And I don't say that simply because I have a relationship. I say that because when I picked up the drumsticks, even back in the day when I was growing up and learning to play the drums, I might buy a pair of Vic Firths and like play those until, you know, I broke them or whatever. And I was like, man, I should have bought more pairs of those. But Guitar Center's got a sale on these over here, so I'm gonna grab those instead. And kind of did that for a number of years. And then even when I was with another company, I still always thought there was something about those sticks that felt like an extension of my hand. And it's like one of those things that you have a hard time explaining. It's like a guitar player picking up a guitar, and it's like, man, this just feels like home. Another guy picks up the guitar and it's like, well, this doesn't work for me. So I love the sticks and the products because they feel like home. The design and the attention to detail is pretty much unsurpassed. So that's why I play the sticks and pretty much want to find a way to use everything else that's in the catalog at some point.